Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, everybody wants to know what the deal is with Mr. Shang-Chi, right? He's this really, out of the box, funky character, right? And let's go find out why. So, I already did the PvP video, and he seems very good for PvP. I found for at the very least in timeline, CTP of Authority was just outperforming a regen. Well, it was a Mighty Authority compared to a Mighty Regen is what I did in the video there. And the Mighty Authority had the steal effect, and it could be, because it gives you super guard break. That could be part of the reason where he's not getting guard broken on certain skills, why that was outperforming. Also, the invincibility kicking in. It seemed like the shield on regen was getting penetrated more than the invincibility on the authority, if that makes sense. Okay, but that was then. This is now, and we're talking about Shang-Chi PvE, and okay. I did not do any ABX with Shang-Chi because it was found through various sources that his ABX value is, he can't even outperform Venom, and Venom's not even that strong of a character, right? It's like the combat hero class, or just the combat class in general, pretty much for the most part, is a class that doesn't get a lot of love, and it's not a high bar to actually, the hurdle isn't that high, right? So the fact that he can't do that, it kind of, it says a couple things, right? Like either, the devs, maybe they have a plan. They designed this character so he wouldn't be, valuable in ABX. Maybe, they're really trying to push Crescent because Crescent's coming, right, with a new uniform. And it might actually be a blessing in disguise for the ABX thing, because you could use Crescent on both days, right? You could use her, right, because there's female combat and then there's combat hero. So you only have to build one character for that. So that could be a blessing in disguise. The downside is the fact that she is a paywall character, right? So if you want to upgrade her uniform or just get her in general, it's going to cost you more money. The part of the reason is, he doesn't have a lot of hits on his skills. Let's just go preview his skills here real quick, because I think there's a lot of controversy whether or not you actually want to proc on his 4 or his 5. Now there's more hits on his 5th skill. There's just combat characters, right? They kind of have this. They have this thing where you can't cancel their skills, right? A lot of physical attacking characters, but more so combat characters where their skills aren't cancelable. And Shang-Chi isn't any different. You can't cancel any of his skills. They put these massive buffs on his skills, but if there's no hits, right? It's like multiply 1,000 by 1. What are you going to get? You're going to get 1,000. Okay, so his 4 skill. Let's see how many hits are in his 4 skill. There's more than you think. There's 26. And then on his 5th skill, there is, I think, about 41 or 42. No, 42 hits. But you can't cancel his skill. So that's all you get. That is all you get. It's one or the other. And you're stacking all these buffs here. And let me show you the buffs. I think we're all well aware. We'll try to breeze through this. But on his 3rd skill, he's got the it's kind of like, so it's kind of like Silver Surfer's 3rd skill, and it's kind of like Silver Surfer's on steroids, because you get the 80% reflect. That applies to PvP, so we're not going to dive into that too much, but he basically just he's got 100% ignore dodge rate on his 4, and then he's got a frenzy buff on his 5. But where it gets really spicy is his tier 3, and he has, let's see, so he's got 90% chain hit, and he has 150% damage proc, and he also has ignore targeting on it, 80% penetration, and 100% max HP. But there's no hits on his tier 3, and he also has accumulation. But this accumulation kind of sucks, because it's up for 10 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. So for every 10 seconds, you can actually have it up. Now, I was trying, I was actually getting very frustrated playing him, because his procs are the absolute worst. This is one character I would not want to use every day playing World Boss Legend. No way, no how, at least not high stage. Maybe like lower stage, where it doesn't really matter if you miss a bunch of procs during the run. But for high stage, World Boss Legend, where you need pretty much like a pristine run, he is not going to be your guy that you're going to want to use on a daily basis. I thought Doom was bad. He is he is by far worse. He's much worse. So I was trying to do something funky because once you start, right, it's 50% chance when attacking. So as soon as you start, you hit the boss, you hit whoever, that accumulation is going to be up. So I was thinking maybe delay is tier 3 because ideally you'd want everything to line up. The accumulation, the tier 3, and basically just those two things, and then your proc, and if you have like this, I have beat down, so additional pierce, all that stuff, and there's a big reward on it. And I was thinking maybe delay his tier 3 an additional rotation. So just go through, and when his tier 3's up, don't use a tier 3 because it doesn't line up. It doesn't line up if you just go through, and so you do one rotation, you get the hits, the accumulation's up, then it's off, and then by the time tier 3's up, accumulation's no longer there. It's bye-bye accumulation. So but that doesn't seem to be a thing that you actually really want to do. So it's a character that, like, he's kind of stressful, like, to really dial it in and figure it out and try to get the best, result with him. And outside of all that, it's like you can proc on 4 or 5, and there seems to be similar damage, but the rotation seems just to work out better procking on 4, and I'd say for most cases there's more damage on 4, but the proc, like, there's so many times where it just does not want to come, and then when it does come, it comes early as soon as you hit 5. Like, I'm going from 5 to 3 in a split second. You couldn't do it any faster, and the proc activates. But when you want it to activate on the 4, it just doesn't activate. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I actually have a run recorded, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be popping into Knull, and we're doing stage 41. We're not doing 40 because the Blade Twister's on 40, and it's annoying. And this is the best team up for him on this stage here. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare him against Proxima. And I don't know what the result is actually going to be with Proxima. I'm not sure how fast she's going to be able to get it done. And I know the buffs are going to be applied a little bit differently. Proxima is actually going to get a little bit less. But, we're using the best team for him. And I think a lot of people maybe you want to be able to use him on because he has the agility tag 40 to 45 or 40 to 44 rather. You can actually use this man. So I have a run recorded, and that's the one I'm probably going to play. We're going to pop in here, and I'm going to just mess around a little bit, and I'm going to show you how inconsistent this man actually is. It's very, very bad. And it's like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they were trying to get so funky with it that the design, it's just like, there's some good ideas, but the design, it's so bad. It is so bad. They just, I don't know. I wish they could fix something. So what I started doing is 5, 3, 4. Okay, that's what I'm starting with. 5, 3, and then you wait a second, you proc on 4. Honestly, I'm absolutely surprised that they worked out as perfect as it actually did. And it's funny because on his 1 skill, it says, I believe it's with 9 seconds left. On his 5, it refreshes a skill. But watch this. Watch this. I just refreshed it with 13 seconds left. I think that's a bug because it'll happen initially during the fight, but as you progress and you try to do that again, it doesn't refresh. And there's even times where it's under 9 seconds and it doesn't refresh. It's very, very strange. So what we're gonna we wanna do 5, 3, 6, and I like to kind of hold into 6 there for a second, try to line things up a little bit better, and then I like to refresh, and you can go. So right there, what you could actually do is, because his co-op uses the 4 skill, and you'll see in the run that I'm going to play you, if you do it quick enough, you could do 5, 3 co-op, and just continue continue the run, right, without getting trapped up in the Clint arcade. So we go 5, 3. It's actually working out really well, and it's very strange. I don't know what to say. Okay, so there we go. We refreshed it. We're going to go 5, 3. See the proc activated there. It just comes like right away. Let's see. Okay, we didn't get the refresh there. Did we get it here? Okay, so right there again, you could use the co-op skill and actually refresh. But so 5, 3, 4. Okay, so that proc actually worked out, but like I said, typically it doesn't. Okay, so right there, I refreshed it. I'm trying to get this beat down. I think, see, again, it came on the 5. You see how fast I actually hit that, right? Okay, we got the refresh, and Okay, so you could actually, you know, hang out in there and use the co-op skill. That's the thing you could do. Okay, we got the refresh, and then we're just gonna go co-op and then use the or tier 3 and then co-op. Let me try that one more time. And but you see, the proc wants to come as soon as you hit the fit skill, and it's really annoying. You know, it makes him kind of unplayable. It took me a long time to actually get a run that was worthy. I was surprised at how quickly he actually got it done. So right here is a situation you could actually hit the co-op, but like I said, can we get a refresh? Okay, 5-3, and then hit the co-op, and then you should be able to just continue rocking this out here. Can we get the refresh? No refresh. Okay. All right. Refresh? No refresh. Okay, refresh. There we go. Okay, but then we got the we refresh? Nope, no refresh. Refresh? There we go. Okay. And we don't actually have any skill to use. Okay, there we go. We kind of got a proc there a little bit. We get a refresh. It's so funny, like, sometimes it happens and other times it just doesn't, right? And we're just going to use the co-op here. But, I don't know, man. He's really annoying to play. I have to say, I did not have a good time playing this man. Not at all. But, like, what is that? The proc comes at the very, very end of the skill. And it's just because, you know, there's no hits. There's no hits on the skill. Okay, we got the refresh there, 5-3. We're going to use the tier 3, and then bada bing, bada boom. So there seems, right, there's a lot of damage. There's a large return. There's he packs a punch, that's for sure. But, okay, so I'd say typically this is where you're going to end up. About a minute and a half. Typically, unless you get, you know, you get really lucky with the procs, because chances are the procs aren't going to be perfect just playing this character. That's just the way it's going to be. You're going to have to do a lot of reruns to actually get everything right 100% of the time. And so I'm going to show you a run where that actually happened, and you're going to see how fast it is. Let me pull this up. Alrighty, and here we go. Here we go. So I think this is probably the best case scenario for Mr. Shang-Chi. And like I said, it took me a long time to actually get things just to line up the way they actually did. So yeah, I'm doing the same thing, 5-3 and then 4. And yeah, chances are that Proc's gonna come late. I'd say consider yourself lucky if they don't. And then hit tier 3. Do we actually get the... Okay, so we didn't even get the pierce right there. Got the pierce right there. But, I don't know. It's something that, you know, maybe you don't want to pay too much. Like, other things take precedence. See, like, right there. Like, it should have refreshed. It didn't. It's kind of annoying. I think, yeah, if you're going to run him with a mighty energy, running him with the... all attack would probably be better. And yeah, right there, you know, we kind of just we dodged the Clintar cage. Not sure what was going on there, but I'm not going to complain. And yeah, so we don't have... All right, okay, do we have the accumulation up there? Typically the accumulation does not line up. It does not line up with your tier 3 rotation. But as you can see, okay, so about a minute, right? A minute and 5 seconds, we'll call that. And you can see things lined up very well. We dipped and dodged the Clintar cages, and that's part of the reason. But yeah, using the co-op uses the 4 skill, and then you can, and that's a skill you actually want to proc on. So you know, you kind of double dip in there in a way. So I'd say for this stage 41, and we're going to compare him against Proxima because I think Proxima is a good character to actually compare him to. And plus, I basically have like the same exact build on her. So let me run her. But Shang-Chi, I'd say typically for this stage here, and this is, I mean, he's got so much support, right? He's got, let's see, 50% from Waves passive, 40% from Raven. I believe it's 40. Is it 40 or 45? I'm pretty sure it's just 40. I'm gonna double check here real quick just so I don't misspeak. She's got No, she has 45 to all L. No, okay, no, I'm sorry, to 40 on supervillains. Okay, so there's 90 right there, 90 plus the 25%, right? So he has 115%, buffs going between leadership and then passives. Proxima's going to have less, but let's see where Proxima actually ends up on this stage here. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we go. Okay, so I don't even know if you consider this a buff for Proxima, her using her own. I honestly might not even consider that, right? So, okay, you could either call it 75 because she has 35 from her uniform, and then 40 from Raven, or you can call it just 40. I'll leave that up to you. And then she has a team up bonus here for another 5.3. So either about 80 or 45. And then we do have to swap out a couple of the strikers here because those are physical attack, and she deals energy damage. Okay. We'll give her Shang-Chi's striker as well. We'll do that. So I don't know. I still feel like it's really imbalanced in Shang-Chi's favor. And I was really hoping he was going to be able to do stage 85. It looks like it's not going to happen. There are 0 supports there. He could use Hero Hulk's leadership for 30%, and that's it. And if he's doing that on a bunch of runs, 1 minute, there's no way he's doing 85. That's double. That's more than double the stage. That's insane. Okay, so let's run Proxima here, and let's see where she ends up. Okay, I think typically you'd actually want to. We're so close to triggering the Clintar cage, and let's see if we can outrun this here. Come on, no strikers. Nope, not gonna happen. Okay. There we go. Okay, at least we got this one here. Oh man, off the field. Okay, we're gonna have to do this again. I think there's too many interruptions here. Too many interruptions. Let's see. Maybe. Oh my god. If we can push him down here, we'll call that good. Okay, so I'm not gonna run that again, but in a perfect world, I guarantee she could do that at least 10 seconds faster if I ran it as many times as I ran Shang-Chi. She could 100% do that 10 seconds faster. So I don't know, we'll call it the same exact time as Shang-Chi with way less buffs, right? As we know. I don't know, call it 80, or you can call it 45. I'll leave that up to you. And Shang-Chi had 115. That's pretty bananas. So yeah, in my opinion, he's not going to be a viable candidate to actually. I don't know. He's probably okay. He's decent, right? He's probably better than most. I'm comparing him against one of the better characters for World Boss Legend, Proxima. But if you're planning on using him, I feel like there's not many people that are above this stage right here, right? 40 to 45. And I'd say Proxima is going to be your better value. Shang-Chi seems to be just a PvP character, in my opinion. Now, I was thinking I was going to test him out with Rage, because here's the thing, right? The benefits from using an energy is you have the ignore dodge, plus you have the chain hit. And somebody said there's a cap on chain hit. I'm actually not aware of this. If you know if there's a cap on chain hit, please let me know. But the fact that he gets 90% on his tier 3, right? And if he has 100% ignored dodge also on his 4 skill, a Rage might actually work out better for him. I feel like even with the regular proc, he might not even outpace in energy all that much. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw a regular proc on him, and we're going to come back into World Boss Legend. We're going to see if he's far behind an energy, a mighty energy at all. Let's find out. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back at it. And check it out. So I took the Mighty Energy off him, right? The Mighty Energy, actually, it was a very nicely rolled Mighty Energy. Where is it? It was this one here. 42% ignore dodge. Got the crit damage. He doesn't need the crit damage, though. He's capped on that. And, you know, it's got 6% pierce. Probably, you know, one of my best rolled Mighty Energies, as a matter of fact. So he's got this. It's just give him the dodge. I'll show you his stats there. He does get a, right, he gets a 30% crit rate. Yeah, so that's gonna be capped. He has 100% ignore dodge on his 4 skill. I'm curious. I'm very curious here. You know, that's why I was thinking Rage might actually be the thing for him. I don't know if we're really gonna have time in this video here. Maybe. Yeah, I just tried him on stage 60. Wasn't looking too good. But we're back at this stage here, and let's get rid of these two, and we got a boom, bada boom. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gents, back in it with this proc here. Let's see what he can do. I'm not gonna run this a bunch of times. I just want to see kind of where his damage is at, where he stacks up, as opposed to where he was at with the energy there. Okay, so that is okay. Yeah, that's his proc. That's not activating. Lovely. And we're gonna hit this. We're just gonna sit in this for a second. I want to try to. You see what I mean with this dude? He's just the worst. He is just the absolute worst with these procs. It's like, you know, the proc comes when you don't want it to on 5. Boom, just like that in an instant. And when you want it to on 4, like right now, it comes at the very end of the skill. It's the absolute worst. So here typically is where I charge the proc. I'm gonna wait for the 4 skill, for the foreskin. And if you could actually get a proc. Oh my goodness, dude. I thought I could be funky there. Be a bit cheeky and get the refresh. Okay, so don't activate on the 1 skill, because there's literally 3 hits on the 1 skill. Literally 3 hits. And of course, right, the yeah, I thought maybe you would do the refresh, but nope. Proc, there we go. Okay. No, can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? There we go. Nice. So right there would have been a time 5-3-6 co-op. You could have done it, you know, super quick. There we go. Got the refresh. Okay, hit the co-op skill. It's okay. We got the proc on. Alright, beautiful. Now we're gonna hit the co-op. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. You see what I mean? That was like the same exact time that I clocked in with the energy and the live run that I did. Obviously, it was a little bit faster on the other run, but I think that other run was definitely a bit smoother. He's not far. The damage isn't it's not too far apart between an energy and a regular proc there. It just isn't. I mean, I just showed you, right? So, you know, take it for what it is. If you want to use them for World Boss Legend, you know, and you don't have a whole lot of energies, a regular proc could probably do the trick, because he has a lot of, right, he's got the ignore dodge and he has the chain hit, so you could just suffice with you know, roll a 200 proc. This isn't even given to him. You know, if you had to even ignore dodge, even though he has it on his 4 skill, you know, you'd probably be okay with something like that. Like, I think I have some. I got a bunch of them, honestly. I got to go through and like in all the characters that I don't put a CTP on, right, Shadowland characters, I need to go through and actually just allocate all these obelisks here that I have just sitting here. I just don't have the time to actually go ahead and do that. I have a feeling it's going to take a lot of time. Spreadsheet, Google Doc. So that's basically it. I was thinking of coming in here with a rage, but I think the video's already running a bit long. I think we're already pushing that 20-minute mark. So if you guys want to see it, though, if you want to see me test Shang-Chi with a rage, let me know, and I'll do that. Honestly, I feel like he could probably be better with a rage. I don't know, though. I can't say for certain because I haven't done it yet. But we're going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm Godzillanator's missing something. Honestly, my honest opinion, if I had to give like a review on this guy, I think that, as I mentioned before, they try to get funky with his skills, right? They tried to do some weird funky stuff, and they fell short and they failed. They failed miserably. What could have been an excellent character, somebody you could use for ABX. You could use him for World Boss Legend. You can. He's just for me, he's not a character that I'd want to use every day, because I feel like it's just going to take too much time to actually get it right with him, unless you're playing a lower stage where you can afford to miss those procs and all that. Then you're okay in that note. But when I was initially testing him and trying to get like a really pristine run to show you what he could do at his max level, I was getting really frustrated, and just like I almost threw my phone because of the procs were just so bad. These procs are the absolute worst. So he's going to be a PvP character. I don't have any use for him where I'm at. I'd say you're better off building characters like Falcon. I think Silk might even be better. A character like Proxima, right? I showed you Proxima she's better with less buffs. She's better with less buffs. So, and she's so much easier to play. 5-3-4, 5-3-4, 5-3 tier 3-4, and it's easy as that. Very seldom do I. Sometimes you can miss the tier 3 to the 4 proc, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy peasy. And I never miss him anymore. But yeah, I'm not impressed. I do not like him. I like him for PvP. I think he's really fun for PvP. He's interesting and he's funky. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a full PvP build. I'm gonna stack this man with heals. I think he's worth it. I think he's worth the heal Odin's blessings. In my opinion, I think he's definitely one of the better PvP characters. He's somebody, because in timeline it's so inconsistent. Like, your teams can lose a lot of times. So characters like Daredevil and Shang-Chi, where they have the potential to just one shot, I think their value increases a bit for timeline, at the very least. And from what I heard, he's a monster in Alliance Conquest as well, but he might be better with the regen there. Not certain on that yet, but there it is. Now it's done. Let me know what you think. Got more stuff, so you better stay tuned. You stay breezy out there, but most of all, friend, you stay safe now. Peace.